How biocomputing works and matters for AI. Biocomputing uses biological materials like DNA, proteins, or neurons to perform computations, contrasting with the silicon-based hardware of conventional computers. For artificial intelligence, AI, this offers potential breakthroughs in energy efficiency, data storage, and the ability to process information in an adaptive, brain-like manner. How biocomputing works. There are several methods for performing biocomputation, each with unique mechanisms. DNA computing. Mechanism: information is encoded in the 4 nucleotide bases of DNA, adenine, A, thymine, T, cytosine, C, and guanine, G. Computations occur through the natural binding and reaction of DNA strands. Complex problems are converted into DNA sequences which are then mixed in a test tube. The complementary binding of these strands generates all possible solutions in parallel. Enzymes and other processes are then used to filter out incorrect solutions. Example: in 1994, Leonard Adleman demonstrated DNA computing by solving a variation of the traveling salesman problem using DNA strands representing cities and paths. Neuronal and organoid computing. Mechanism: this method uses cultured networks of living brain cells called organoids or mini-brains, grown on multi-electrode arrays that connect the living tissue to conventional electronic hardware. Electrical signals stimulate the neurons, which learn and adapt by forming and strengthening connections, similar to how a human brain learns. Example: the Australian company Cortical Labs created a dish brain system, a network of neurons in a dish that was able to learn and play the video game Pong. Synthetic biology and genetic circuits. Mechanism: researchers engineer genetic circuits within living cells like bacteria to perform computations. These circuits act as logic gates and, not, by programming the cells to sense specific molecular inputs and produce a desired biological output such as producing a certain protein or initiating a cellular response. Example: researchers have used genetic circuits to create cellular computers that can detect specific RNA molecules indicative of cancer and trigger the release of a therapeutic agent. How biocomputing matters for AI. Biocomputing is critical to the future of AI because it could overcome fundamental limitations of traditional silicon-based computing. Enhanced efficiency and capability. Energy efficiency. The human brain can perform immensely complex computations on just 20 watts of power. Biocomputing mimics this efficiency, offering a dramatically low-power alternative to energy-intensive data centers used for today's AI, which helps address the environmental cost of large AI models. Adaptive learning. Biocomputers, especially those using neurons, can learn and adapt from smaller data sets in a more intuitive, brain-like manner, which contrasts with traditional AI's reliance on brute force processing of massive data sets. This can enable more